The Frankie DeBusk Show is a special presentation of the Pioneer Sports Network. The Frankie DeBusk Show with head coach Frankie DeBusk.
Brought to you in part by Greenville Federal Bank, celebrating 50 years of service in Greenville and Greene County. Applebee's, your neighborhood bar and grill. There's no place like the neighborhood. Laughlin Memorial Hospital, whatever you do, do it well. Sodexo, a world leader in food and facilities management services. Sodexo, making every day a better day. Your Greenville Light and Power System, serving Greenville and Greene County since 1945. Andrew Johnson Bank, a strong heritage, a stronger future. Home-owned and operated with locations in Morristown and Jonesboro. Green Coach Tours, celebrating their 65th anniversary. Grand Rental Station, anything you'll ever need to rent or buy. Consumer Credit Union, with 3 convenient locations in Greenville and Moss High. CREEKSIDE Markets, don't pass by, stop by, with 3 locations in Greene County. Comcast Cable, call Comcast and ask about the Comcast Triple Play, TV, internet, and phone. Comcast.
And now, the voice of the Pioneers, Brian Stayton.
The Tusculum Pioneers stunned Western Carolina this past Saturday. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brian Stayton, to be joined by Pioneer coach Frankie DeBusk. The Tusculum Pioneers start the season at 3-0 as they knock off Western Carolina by a final score of 54-30. Interesting to note that in the coach Frankie DeBusk era since 1998, now the Pioneers are 9-4 all-time against the FCS, the Football Championship Subdivision, or 1AA. For the Tusculum Pioneers, it is their 2nd win all-time against a Southern Conference opponent. As a matter of fact, South Atlantic Conference teams have only knocked off Southern Conference opponents 3 times. Carson Newman did it against Chattanooga. Tusculum Pioneers first did it against Elon in their first year against Al Seagraves when he was entering the Southern Conference. Well, now the Tusculum Pioneers against Western Carolina get their first ever victory against the Catamounts. Now, you have to go back to 1949, the last time that they had even played, but now the Pioneers are 1-4-1 all-time against Western. We welcome in Pioneer coach Frankie DeBusk, and going back really as a Southern Conference quarterback there at Furman, winning a national championship, going back to Western and seeing the atmosphere. What a great day for college football, I believe it was, and then you get that massive victory. It had to make you feel pretty good leaving.
You know, I've been over there a long time, Brian. The last time I guess we were there was 95 or 96 when I was at UTC, and the place has really changed. They have a great facility. They had great fan support. I was impressed with the whole setting. I always thought Western Carolina was a beautiful setting over there in Cullowhee, and the setting got more and more enjoyable as our point production was a little higher than Western's, and just so proud of the way our kids played and performed. I told our team, you know, going over there, I really thought we had a chance to win the game. A lot of people are calling it an upset, and I guess it's because they're a 1AA program and we're a Division II program, but I really felt like we had a chance if things could go our way, and this was a ball game of momentum, and things really went our way, and we got a lot of breaks, as we'll see in the highlights here, and this was a great win for Tusculum College and the entire program. The
Tusculum Pioneers do win, defeat Western Carolina. We'll take a look at those highlights when the Frankie DeBusk Show continues.
Greenville Federal Bank, proudly celebrating 50 years of service in Greenville and Greene County. Greenville Federal Bank is banking made easy. Visit online at greenvillefederalbank.com. The best deal in the neighborhood just got better with more to love on the 2 for $20 meal only at Applebee's. Applebee's is a proud sponsor of the Frankie DeBusk TV show and side of the Frankie DeBusk radio show. Applebee's on the bypass in Greenville. There's no place like the neighborhood. Laughlin Memorial Hospital provides innovative, caring, compassionate service to their patients and the community through integrity and honesty in all that they do. Laughlin Memorial Hospital in Greenville since 1939. Whatever you do, do it well. Your Greenville Light and Power System, an electrical distributor of TVA, serving Greenville and Greene County since 1945. Your Greenville Light and Power is dedicated to excellence in service and reliability. Visit online at glps.net.
Welcome back to the Frankie DeBusk Show. Once again, the voice of the Pioneers, Brian Stayton.
The Tusculum Pioneers against the FCS and the Coach Frankie DeBusk era, as mentioned previously, 8-4 against the FCS. Their last Southern Conference opponent was the Elon Phoenix in their first year in the Southern Conference. Interesting to note that was Coach Al Seagrave's final year. The Pioneers defeat them. Paul Hamilton's first year the next year. For the Western Carolina Catamounts, they take on Tusculum. It would be the 6th time all-time in the series between the two, but of course the last time they played was 1949. So in the modern era, a Western Carolina team that has handled the South Atlantic Conference, such as the likes of Mars Hill or even Lenore-Ryan. Now the Pioneers get their chance again from Whitmire Field. We take a look at the first quarter highlights, brought to you by Greenville Federal Bank. When we pick up the action, Western is driving on the Tusculum Pioneers, Coach, after a very sluggish start for your offense.
Yeah, we went 3 and out, Brian, the first 3 times we got the ball, and our defense again is just playing their tails off, and we're holding our own right now, and there's not really been any breaks for anybody. We're just playing really good defensively, and as you can see, it looks like a beautiful night there, and it was a nice night, and all of a sudden it got worse. But you know, they were big up front, they were strong up front, they're moving the chains on us, and there's Rashawn Strickland, my days of old, you know, coming back. Rashawn Harris flying up in there making a big play, and then they fumble the snap, and I couldn't see what really happened. And this is Justin Arrington, a young man from the Atlanta, Georgia area, picking up a fumble and rumbling, and I think it's one of the longest fumble returns for a touchdown we've ever had, and it really got us going.
It is the longest fumble return for a touchdown. They officially credited it for 90 yards. Of course, Josh Roberts, I believe it was, who held the longest prior to this in the North Alabama game. So Arrington comes right up, scoops it up, scores, and Justin out of the Creekside High School. Of course, that might be familiar for some people because Eric Berry was from Creekside. Hannibal Ruiz for the Tusculum Pioneers, also out of Creekside High School. And the Pioneers take an immediate 7-0 lead and automatically turn the momentum right back around. And here they come right back. Western comes right back on the Tusculum Pioneers, get inside the 10-yard line, as you'll see. But Boomer Brown will come up with maybe one of the biggest hits of this football game.
Actually gave Boomer the Big Dog Award right here. They hand it to the tailback, and he just blows him up. And great play there by Matthias, and excited that he's able to do it. I see we're going to get another second look here in slow motion, and Matthias really makes a good decision and does what his responsibility is asked, and made a big play. You know, Brian, if they don't fumble that ball and we scoop and score, and then they try to kick a field goal, I think, right here and miss it, you know, the football is a true game of momentum, just like anything, and it could have been a completely different outing had it gone their way early. But just really, really proud of how our defense responded there and bowed our backs, kept them from getting in the end zone, and gave the offensive football team the ball right here to finally get something going.
This is just at the end of the first quarter where the Tusculum Pioneers, Chad Blakely, I think a guy who's going to be very impressive in his career at Tusculum as long as he can stay healthy with a couple of touches. This drive will continue for the Tusculum Pioneers as we go into the second quarter. Tusculum leading this football game right now, however, 7-0 at the end of the first.
3rd and goal from inside the 4. They almost fumbled it, and it forces a huge hit in the backfield. Boomer Brown with a huge hit at the 7. Greenville Federal Bank, proudly celebrating 50 years of service in Greenville and Greene County. Greenville Federal Bank is banking made easy. Visit online at greenvillefederalbank.com. The best deal in the neighborhood just got better with more to love on the 2 for $20 meal only at Applebee's. Applebee's is a proud sponsor of the Frankie DeBusk TV show and side of the Frankie DeBusk radio show. Applebee's on the bypass in Greenville. There's no place like the neighborhood. Laughlin Memorial Hospital provides innovative, caring, compassionate service to their patients and the community through integrity and honesty in all that they do. Laughlin Memorial Hospital in Greenville since 1939. Whatever you do, do it well. Your Greenville Light and Power System, an electrical distributor of TVA, serving Greenville and Greene County since 1945. Your Greenville Light and Power is dedicated to excellence in service and reliability. Visit online at glps.net.